All right, good morning, everyone. And by everyone, I mean no one, because I don't think anybody watches this except for me, which is cool. Um, okay, so let's dive in. That's the wrong window to share. We won't. This. Cool. All right, so yesterday was FOMC. Let's zoom out and see what we got on the daily chart, which can help set us up for our bias. Okay, so you can see that we tapped into this new week opening gap yesterday. We have rallied back up. We're not at all-time highs again, but we did clear some of that gap. There's still some significant area wide open in it that we didn't touch. On the hourly chart, we did get a close above our, sorry, we're down this way. We have not gotten a close above our last recent high on yesterday. You can see we're edging right next to it. So on an hourly close above that, to me, would insinuate that we're probably coming up into this gap to fill, or at least tap into it to come back down south. If we do not clear this recent high, my assumption is we may rally straight back down and fill some of this gap. On the 15, a lot of, you can kind of see accumulation here, not a lot of movement overnight, which to me, this could be a nice AMD model. We actually saw a little bit right into Asia. You can see accumulation, manipulation, and then a little bit drive higher. This could be our range here for a run up and then a tank down, or the opposite. Game plan for today. Take the first hour of open and see if we can catch some sort of obvious trade. Want to find something that really stands out to me as an easy draw on liquidity, which there are a few. Excuse me. Got a stuffy nose. So as we can see here, we closed above on the hourly in 37 minutes. This is our change of character off the recent highs. We did just sweep New York AM high, literally minutes ago, a minute ago. So I'm just going to adjust this one so we know it's been swept. On ES, we're not even close to that actually. We're just about to approach London high on ES. As you can see, we're probably going to hit it in the next minute or two. Which to me, this is interesting. We're grabbing liquidity right before market opens, which I find interesting. So New York AM, New York PM have been swept on the downside. Last night, we got Asia swept. There is a London low that's still down here as well. And then we do have a London high that it looks like NQ is rallying for right this second. So, yeah, could be an interesting day. We're grabbing liquidity. So I'm curious on how open's going to look and how we're going to be able to react to it. Wow. The market is absolutely pumping right now on both ES and NQ, which I find extremely interesting here. Wow, we just took 1, 2, 3. We just took a ton of liquidity. So to me, I think this could be a setup here. Or news, which we will check here in a second. Keep moving this in, and it's going so far out. All right, London low has been swept too. Well, now next strong liquidity up. There's New York AM high. We have this 1 hour gap above us. Interesting here. Very interesting. Yeah, so we just took all the liquidity. That was obvious. We're now above recent highs on both. I mean, yesterday's Asia's highs we've cleared. I'm really interested to see how this is going to open and play out today. I mean, if we do see I don't want to wait till 7 for this hourly close, but we might have to because this could just purely be manipulation to come back lower. Yeah, this is a tricky one today because it swept all of our liquidity, 4 or 5 minutes before opening. So for draws here, it's either wait for a 15-minute gap to fill here to try to run higher, which we got one down here, or it's reverse, come back down in for the London low because there's nothing for a while. We got 300 points until next liquidity. And London low was already taken on ES. So ES can still go higher. There's New York PM. That's 7590 or it's 7577. But look at this 15-minute candle. Holy smokes. 100-point 15-minute candle. It's a nice one. So we'll wait until 6:45 at least, see what we can get. Unless this thing comes and immediately IFVGs this, which if that's the case, it's a big stop. To get a 2-to-1, I mean, if you're aiming for London, it is a good attempt. I mean, I would probably aim more towards VWAP here. You got this 15-minute in the way. Here's open. I think we wait here and see. We only take A plus setups, so that's all we're looking for. I'm gonna let this first 15 minutes kind of weed itself out because of the pre-market manipulation. We got to find some clear direction here. I just don't. I don't know what we're gonna see. This did rally and create a new high, so I mean, it definitely could ricochet and just come right back down into London. Got some malarkey going on this morning. I like days where there's a clear draw on liquidity. And today there's not. We just swept all of it. So to me, we need an hourly close above that high from yesterday. To show that maybe we're going back up. I would like to see a 15-minute come back down and touch into here, which we still have some time to do. Looks like this may be the move. This gets validated at 6:45, and it's already tapping into it. So I'm just going to delete it. Yep, the IFVG south here could be the play. I'm feeling it probably was this short idea. It's probably going to work. The problem is the stop is 61 points, which means we need to get 120. Yeah, that's probably the move. Let's see how bullish we are if we actually come and take some of this. Well, there's 1-to-1. Depending on what we see out of this 15 will be interesting. Will we bounce or will we just tank right there? Here's our answer. Original trade idea was the right one. We swept all this. Should have known we were coming back down to VWAP. This is now going to get flipped. As long as we 645, I think we have, right? Yeah, that's a 15 candle if I've ever seen one. Oh yeah, called it to the T. This was the trade right there. The setup was to the VWAP spot. Take this. To here was sort all liquidity. Alright, FEG, speed, target VWAP. That would have been the trade of the day right there. Screenshot that one for later. Could be coming for this London low. That's my guess. Or if this 15-minute holds, that could be interesting too. Which I'm a little suspicious to buy this. If this thing rallies right back up, I'm okay with that. I just don't think it's going to. All right, ES is way below VWAP now. And NQ is still hovering around VWAP. ES is touching into the 1 hour gap. 1 hour gap for us is still way down here. next to London low. We're getting close to a 15-minute close, and it's going to be an ugly candle. All right, so ES did touch into this 1 hour and reject it out. This could be a nice little move here for a trade back up into this gap. I don't think I have enough confidences to do this, but so I'm going to hold off. To me, it's just trading back up into a gap I'm not a fan of. We need some sort of liquidity, and there's not much. So if we look at this from let's go look at a 5-minute. Accumulation, manipulation. I feel like distribution is coming south. So I'm going to wait. I feel like the draws have to be lower. We're not going to, right now, we're not going to get that hourly close. No, we could. It's still pretty close, actually. We got 18 minutes, so I'm just going to sit on our hands and see what we get. It's a little suspicious that a rally back up would be so quick. Excuse me. Man. All right. Awesome. Sneezing so hard my ears are ringing. All right. We got a 15-minute closing here in a few. Yeah, it looked pretty rough. Okay. All right, there's the break of VWAP. Goodness. I feel like shorts are definitely in play here. Bulls are trying to react, but It's not looking good for him. His VWAP's holding a little bit. I did want to see. Yeah, so I think we're just going to wait and see what this 15-minute has. It says a 5-minute. We'll map it out. I don't like 5-minute fair value gaps, but we will map it for now because that may be what we're looking for today. I still feel like this is going south. At least down to London in here. We just swept everything this morning, so there's no draws higher. We know our bias is lower. We got that bar correct this morning. That should have been our trade here. Yeah, it literally happened as soon as market opened too. Look at that. 6:33 closed. Yeah, today I think it's gonna be one of those where we just wait and see. A 15-minute continuation I'm pretty sure the play we're gonna have to go for. So we got 2 hours if we want to sit here. I may not. I think this was the obvious move of the week. A little bummed I missed it, but it's okay. There wasn't really anything else. I mean, actually, I'm looking at it. So this was at 6:05. 6:04. Let's see. So this was an SMT here. So this could have been probably SMT with what time was this? Like 5:42. Yeah, no, it's taking this on. I would have taken this on NQ, but this, I mean, IFPG here. You already swept this one, so the next one is that. I mean, under these lows, he did target London. Yeah, 100 points. I don't think I was on the screen at that point, but that would have been a decent trade up to AM in London. Okay, well, that's a nice recovery here. We're tapping into the 5-minute now for NQ. which this could just be coming to fill this little gap in here and vomit all the way back down the London lows. There's our tap. I mean, ES has a 1 hour gap holding. VWAP held for NQ. The problem is I don't know what our draw is besides just bullish action. And why would we pump so much and sweep all these if we weren't going to come down and try to find some sort of liquidity lower? So for me, I'm still bearish at this point. Yeah, I couldn't. We're not at all-time highs. It does not, I mean, we'll see if we get the hourly close above this line here, which is quite possible at this point. We're only 50 points away, 40 points away. And then we'll have let's see if we'll have that 15-minute. Well, no. Yeah, that'll, man. I'm curious if there was like a 5-minute rejection block or something I missed in here. Okay, so this is your order block. Would have been, I guess, this guy or this one. So we tapped in an order block. So ES just broke above VWAP now. I don't know why I have this. Let's get this off. So we're back above VWAP on ES. NQ's way above it. I mean, NQ definitely seems to be more bullish. ES still has some targets up here we could aim for. Yep, this is what I thought was going to happen. Come up, tap into this 5-minute, reverse back down to London. And no IPG for me, so there's not much I can do. But it does show you that VWAP wants to stay lower. This, honestly, this trade. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. 4 minutes until our hourly close. New 15-minute closes. I mean, this is interesting because look, this came up and filled that 5 minute to the T. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Completely filled that gap. We're going lower. Problem is, I have no entry here. I would love to target London lows, but I do no. Actually, I could do it on ES here. We do have a little bit of IFPG happening. IFVG. The problem is London's already been swept on ES. And NQ definitely seems to be the more volatile index today. So I want to trade on NQ. NQ actually seems to be more bullish. I don't know if I want to trade on NQ. I might actually take this on ES. I think we're going to sit right here and watch this happen. Oh, what a beautiful 15-minute candle. Thing is melted. It's good to show that, just because this flipped this 15 minutes, you don't take an entry. Because look how high that went. That 541, 100 points came in and filled. So you don't just flip a gap and take an entry. Gotta wait for a setup. This thing's definitely, my book's going lower. It's hanging on by a thread here. Problem is, I just don't think we've had. Okay, with 3 minute, I had an option. We still have VWAP here that's kind of holding as a barrier. We got 1 minute until the hourly candle closes, which is going to close below, which means a couple things. One, we could come down away for this liquidity and then rally back up, or it may give it another shot here. We'll see. 15-minute close better than expected, back above VWAP. Overall, this market is bullish. We have to remember that. We'll just sit in our hands for a little bit and watch. No 15-minute gaps. Right now, there's nothing for us. This is pretty nasty. I mean, we are holding this 1 hour gap in VWAP. 1 hour gap on ES, VWAP on NQ. This gap got completely toasted. Look at that. That's crazy. That would have been your trade right there, using one top tick this gap. still think we're going London low on NQ based off the hourly not closing above this. I think we're going to have to come down and tap one of these or sweep this low. But I may be sitting out today. Protect the little money I have. Okay, so ES actually formed a nice little 15-minute gap in here, which I didn't see before. Right here. So this might actually be our tap in for lower. Let's watch ES because there is. I mean, once again, there's no liquidity lower for ES. It's only higher, and there's no liquidity higher for NQ. It's only lower. Immediately, I should say. It could rally, 400 points up to near PM, but our draws are a little confusing right now. I have about an hour before I got to start getting ready for my 9 to 5 job. And this price action is looking pretty ugly. I think our AMD model here in the morning was pretty clear. We didn't get as much distribution as I thought we would. And we have no opportunity to do much right now, so this might be the day for me. Just found it interesting that NQ swept all the ties. Wow, what the heck just happened there? Okay, some bullish action. Now, what's interesting is this 1 hour Didn't close above it. May want to now. We may be coming for this gap up here. If that's the case, we may be game on. Hey, ES is finally above VWAP, it looks like. Let's see if it can hold for once. Little SMT here. Never mind, take that back. So we're going to flip this 5-minute finally, and we'll see what happens. ES has a good ways to go to catch up. NQ definitely looks like this. The more bullish, ES looks more bearish. But let's see what we get. Now ES is actually tapping into that 15-minute. Which means if we get a strong reaction south out of here, I'm maybe going short on ES. Let's see. That's a long ways down. I'll flip this, it looks like, in 30 seconds here, which is good. I always change the color green if it's a bullish BPR, red if it's a bearish. Looks like we're 23 seconds out from flipping this, which is a good bullish sign. Let's see if we actually get it, though. Okay, looks like we got it. Yes. Still looking weak. I want to see ES flip this 15, and if not, like this gap here to short looks interesting to me. It might happen right here. Did tap in the 15. Again, the reason I'm thinking about this is we tapped into this gap nicely. We're struggling to stay above VWAP here. NQ is way more bullish, but I think could come back down a good bit. Problem is, what are our draws here? Our draws for we're gonna slam it. Put our stop up here. And I aim for these lows. NQ starting to tank too. Yeah, I mean, this for me is a recap. 15-minute tap. One minute IFG. That's an interesting candle. The one thing I didn't look at is that we didn't actually close bearish here. This 15-minute did close above, which could be our kryptonite here. I'm still okay with this trade. I mean, if it doesn't go my way, it doesn't go my way. Pretty close to getting stopped out here. Overall, I mean, I might actually just put this above this 15-minute gap because it could come and refill the whole thing like it did with the 5-minute gap on MQ. Which this is a pretty bullish dig in. I wish I would have had a better entry. This might be our one and done today. Oh no. No, my copy trader isn't working, so it does go against us. At least only took it from one account. Yeah, we're about to get stopped out here in a second. I wasn't really paying attention. I probably should have looked at that 15-minute and realized that we didn't. This was our change right here. We needed something below this. We didn't get it. That should have signaled to me that this thing could still go higher. NQ is still ripping, so yeah, we're probably going to get stopped out here. Which, tough day. Because I feel like the draw is definitely lower. Especially for NQs. All right, well. We're wrong. Wrong on that one. Take a photo of it. Saying that was only 10 points. I may take another swing at something here. Hello.
Hey, can you help me out with something?
Yep, I'll be there in 1 second. Bye. BRB. All right, we're back. 0 for 1 on the day. I gotta stop sharing so I can reconnect my trade syncer. They're connected. Why? 5. Yeah. Okay. So we got some action finally. That was a strong recovery. I thought we were going short, but nope. And now we are blasting off. So lesson learned is unless there's a clear draw, probably shouldn't have taken that trade. Still no 15-minute gaps. The first trade of the day was the back down VWAP after sweeping everything. That's where it rebalanced equilibrium. Should have known that. And now we are just rocketing up to get a clean break of structure. At this point, I just don't even know what to look for because our next liquidity is way higher, which if that's where we're going, I'm going to have to wait for a 15-minute candle, retracement back into support, and then up. Super bullish. We got 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. No gaps in sight. Bunch of equal lows on ES. Hello. You're fine. What's up? All right. Interesting. We did just tap into this 5 minute again. So here's what's interesting. ES looks so bearish and NQ looks bullish. I still feel like my play short is the right play. Look at these two next to each other. This still hasn't reclaimed VWAP. I feel like the short play is still in action. I was just early to the game. We're making higher highs. Look at this LR, right? So 1 equal lows, 2 we're smack middle of the range right now. Again. it doing? Where the frick is Miles? Gonna give another 5-6 minutes and then call it. Just not interested in this. This was the move, I think, of the morning right here. It's not coming back down and sweep London lows, which is interesting. It definitely went straight to view up, though. Yeah, we're gonna call it here. I just don't see anything other than range bounds. This is just gonna be a slop day. So we're calling it here. 0 for 1. Had the right call the first trade of the morning. Second one went into some profit, but didn't want to go our way. It's okay. Cool with it.